Put this K&N filter on here, fuel filter. I normally don't use fuel filters. I don't recommend them a whole lot, but the reason I'm using this, the strainer for the gas tank, I tore it getting it out because it was pretty much stuck in the tank there. They expand a little bit and it tore, and it was cheaper to get a filter than to buy the strainer. Just enough to snake this in here. It's up on top where you can see it here. That's about it. Let's snip it. I'll use 2 hose clamps, 2 regular 1/4 inch 5/16 hose clamps to stick it in there around it, or strap the fuel hose somewhere where it doesn't vibrate any. But we'll see. And the filter is replaceable. This thing just screws apart. The filter does, or the housing just screws apart, and they're cleanable. Usually just take them out and wash them out, blow them off with some compressed air, real fine, little bit of compressed air. And that's a bit. You got an N section, so it's directional. It says N right there on the end of it, and out. And they're just 2 wrenches that look like they're probably 1/2 inch wrenches to take them apart, and it'll just unscrew. So you're just going to install it, kind of look at it, see if it's how we like it. And, all right, got my other clamp here. I'm missing some other stuff I can't find. I bought some just tight, just enough tight. Now the stock clamps, they only collapse so much. There's pinch together clamps. But you want to fire it up and make sure you ain't got no fuel leaks nowhere. I still got it sitting up on a jack with the front wheel off of it, so I'm not going to fire it up right now where you can see it. So you don't have to dump a whole tank of gas to pull the petcock out. My final install here on my fuel filter. Got it sitting up in there. I'll probably put some conduit or maybe a piece of rubber up here where it's sitting on the tank there. I still got to replace the tank bushings on the back there. It's kind of sitting down. Had to get the 2 spacers for the back here that were missing. Somebody had just jammed a bolt in there and tightened it up on the grommets, and it was rattling pretty good because they took the grommets out. It's got the 2 spacers that just kind of pop into the grommets there to hold the tank. Put those in there. Just double check your line, make sure it ain't kinked. Should be. This one runs down on the other side, so it kind of loops down and then back up on the petcock, point straight down in between the left side engine mount over there. And put it on. I've already ran it. We ain't got no leaks. Remember, you got inlet. It says N on one side, and this thing's basically just a strainer. You can see it ain't much of a filter in there. which is good because I took the strainer out of the petcock because it tore when I was cleaning the tank out. You don't really, this is just an easier way to do the strainer. So when you need to clean the strainer out, you ain't got to dump all the gas out of it. You just turn the petcock off, pull the filter housing off here, and unscrew it, wash it out, and put it back together. A little bit better setup, and you can see automatically if you got crap in there, filter wise, to clean it out. Just unscrew it, spray it off with some brake clean or some compressed air, whatever you're going to use solvent wise to clean it, and put it back in. And that's about it for this one. I did want to mention on these filters, if your tank is extremely rusty on the inside, I mean not just dirt, but rust, like actual rust, this filter won't catch all that rust. It'll if you've got red gas coming out of there, which is rust really, not like the old red gas from the 70s and 80s. What will happen is these filters aren't fine enough, so that little rust particles will go past there and they'll get into your carburetor and they'll re-solidify down in your float bowl. And stick to your float needle. So if your tank is really bad, you probably want to recoat the inside of it. I don't have any coming up, but I usually do them. I guess I'll do a video on recoating gas tanks the next time I do one. But if your tank's really bad, a filter will help for a little bit, but it ain't going to cure the problem. It's fairly simple process to reline one of these things. Now remember, this thing isn't for fuel injected vehicles. It's only for gravity feed or something with a real low volume pump. You know, maybe something that pumps 2 or 3 pounds of pressure. You try and put 50 pounds of pressure through this thing, you're just going to blow the seals out of it. So that's about it. If you like my content, please like, share, subscribe, all that jazz. Appreciate you. Take care. Thank you.